You want to be out there. Do you foresee a point at any point this season where the team says we want to see a little more of Jordan Love, that you'd be okay with stepping aside for a couple weeks or whatever it would be? Or do you want to finish the season?
I mean, look, I'd love to finish the season out, but I understand, this is a business, and there's a lot of us kind of older guys who play a decent amount, who they might want to see some younger guys play. So, hopefully we don't have to have that conversation. But if that conversation comes up, I'll approach that with an open mind and without any bitterness or resentment. Obviously, like I said, I want to win out, and we don't have to have those conversations. But I understand if we don't, that's a possibility to have that conversation.
Could it be beneficial for you to just get some rest and get ready to reload next season? You've been beat up with the thumb, the ribs, whatever else you're feeling. Would that be beneficial for you?
I mean, well, that's an assumption that this place won't look any different next year. So yeah. I think, again, that's part of the conversation.
Very telling second quote there from Aaron Rodgers as it relates to whether or not it makes sense for him to sit. Well, how different will things be next year? You got to get Jordan Love ready if Jordan Love's going to be the guy next year. I think it means he knows. Look, he's playing three-dimensional chess with the Packers. And he had a Rubik's Cube behind him during his latest appearance with Pat McAfee. And you know how he likes to send messages. He knows he's got them, Chris, in a bind. He knows that they're stuck. Nearly $60 million he's owed next year, fully guaranteed. If he wants to play or if he wants to be on the team, what are they going to do? And I saw somebody say yesterday, well, they can just trade him. What if he doesn't want to be traded? He's already stood at the door to the plane with the parachute on and decided not to jump. He could have done that last year. He could have gone to the Broncos or somewhere else. He decided to stay with the Packers. He said all along he wants to retire with the Packers. If he says, I'm under contract for next year at $60 million, I don't want to be traded, and I'll make it known to anybody who's interested in me, I don't want to play for your stupid team, they're not going to trade for me if that's the case. I want to stay here. They're in a mess as it relates to the future of Aaron Rodgers, and I think he's hinting at it a little bit. How things are different going to be, how different are things going to be next year? Well, he has a huge say in how different they're going to be, because if he chooses to play, they're not going to be different at all. He's going to be the quarterback. So it's less relevant to get Jordan Love ready than it would be if they're planning to pivot from Rodgers to Love in 2023.
Yeah, it's just a weird comment. It is. It's not really necessary either to make the comment, because again, it causes all people like us to dive into, what do you mean? What message are you sending there? I don't really get it. So that's going to be annoying for the Packers and their coaches to answer that and have to deal with that.
But that's what he wants. I mean, look, this isn't some accidental blurting out of a comment.
I know.
He knows exactly what he's doing, Chris.
I don't disagree with you, Mike. I know. I don't understand why he wants to make things so difficult sometimes for himself or the football team. And, Mike, you're saying it right. He got what he wanted. He lost the power when they got Jordan Love. So now he won the MVPs and got the contract, and now he has all the power. And the Packers are really, like you're talking about, they just got to wait to hear what he wants to do. What do you want to do, King Rodgers? What do you want to do, King Rodgers? Where do you want to go? All of that. Trading for Aaron Rodgers, I hear those things, and I have a hard time believing a team is going to give up, the farm or the house for Aaron Rodgers when he might be saying the same things next year. Hey, yeah, we're going to trade you 2 first-rounders and give a guy $60 million. So if things don't work out good, we get to week 12 of next year, he's going to be talking about he might not play anymore or send cryptic messages. I can't imagine a lot of teams are going to be thrilled for trading for Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, and what good does it do to play Jordan Love if you're going to come back and be the starter there anyways? There's a part of me, Mike, that wants to be like, Green Bay, if you lose this weekend or lose in the next few weeks, you play Aaron Rodgers to the end. You get him ready for next year. You got him continue to work with those young receivers. And you go through the end part of this season and deal with some of the struggles. He's got some things to work on in his game too. He ain't been that great this year. So I don't know. It's just weird. I don't even know how to like wrap my head around the whole situation and what he said there.
He is sending mixed signals, too, because it was after the Eagles game on Sunday night that he said he wants to play until they're mathematically eliminated. Now I get the impression he wants to play until Week 18, no matter what, that he doesn't want to step down and heal his thumb or deal with his rib injury or whatever other thing that he has that may keep him from playing. So that's inconsistent, just 3 days apart. It's one thing to say once we're eliminated, I'm out, versus, yeah, I'd like to play the whole season. And those are tough conversations we may need to have, but I'm willing to have them.
I'll be interested too, because what I would be scared of, even Aaron Rodgers, but at this point of his career, I'd be a little scared if I'm him of, wait, I really am. I'm going to come back next year. I want to come back. I'm going to play with the Green Bay Packers. Okay, but we're mathematically eliminated, and we're going to let Jordan Love play down the stretch. What I would be worried about is if Jordan Love looks like he did at the end of the game last week, and all of a sudden the offense kind of looks good, and they're making plays, throwing the ball down the field and doing that. Man, that's going to, make things a little messy for Rodgers in the offseason. If he has to go in the offseason going, hey, Jordan Love was throwing the ball down the field and hitting some plays and doing all this and that, and they kind of look good. What was your problem? And that's where I could see him kind of going into, I want to play all 18 weeks. I don't even want to let that conversation begin.
And the conversation begins if the fans / owners begin to see what Jordan Love can be. And you know what? Even if the Packers fully intend to keep Aaron Rodgers next year, they still need to see what Jordan Love can do, because they have to make a decision about his fifth-year option by May 3rd of 2023 for 2024. So it's not even about getting him ready for next year. It's about making an informed decision about the year after that. But in the process of giving him the opportunities to show that maybe they should pick up the option for 24, he does enough that the crowd wants him for 2023. This has layers and levels. It gets downright Shakespearean. There are shades of Gladiator here, where Commodus knew he couldn't kill Maximus because he was too popular with the crowd. The crowd is a big part of this. The fans are a big part of this. And I think Aaron Rodgers, Chris, does not want them to have so much of a glimpse of Jordan Love that they decide, we want that guy. Hey, Aaron.
I'd be worried about that.
We had fun, but now it's done. We're pivoting. Just like we went from Favre to you, we're going from you to Jordan Love.
I would worry about that. Again, most quarterbacks, and again, when you're in your prime and you're the man and all that, you don't have to worry about it. But when you play like Aaron Rodgers did this year, and there is a guy like that behind you, and yeah, I know he hasn't looked great to this point of his career, but still, it looked comfortable last week. The ball came out of his hand pretty good. If Jordan Love did play, do I expect him to light the world on fire? I don't. But if I was in Aaron Rodgers' shoes, I wouldn't want to take the chance of seeing it. I wouldn't, just because of the things we just talked about. So, yeah, it is interesting. But he's got the Packers by the kahunas for sure here in this one. I don't know if I said that right, but he certainly got them here, and he's got a lot of power, and they're going to have to bow to his demands to a degree.
And here's the other side of it, too, as it relates to whether or not Aaron Rodgers would go somewhere else. I use that skydiving metaphor all the time. He was at the door with the chute on, and he decided not to jump. Why did he decide not to jump, Chris? Because I believe he wants to always have the argument that it was the Packers' fault that he didn't win more championships. It's nothing about him. It's the team. It's, for his autobiography, all of the grievances he'll air in it as to what the Packers did wrong when it came to putting a team around him that would win a Super Bowl. So if he goes to a super team or a team that otherwise has the deck stacked in his favor and doesn't deliver, that dilutes his argument. And I think he's more concerned at this point about preserving the argument than he is actually chasing that championship, because maybe he does recognize at some level he's got a degree of responsibility for the fact that they haven't gotten back to another Super Bowl. Never mind win another one. They haven't even gotten back to another one since they won Super Bowl 45. I really think once he was confronted with the reality of what it would mean to go to another team, he decided not to do it. And if he decided not to do it this year, why is he suddenly going to change his mind next year?
Yeah, I hear you there. And, you know, I don't disagree with what you're saying, you know, in some of that. And I think we're seeing that in some of his play, like we've talked about a few times this year, with, you know, not taking the aggressive throws or not wanting to make the mistakes. Because, like you're saying, you know, hey, yeah, I can blame the Packers for not giving me the right support system. And the thing I have to stand on is quarterback rating, touchdown interception ratio, all these stat things that can justify my argument as, you know, one of the greats of all time. So I don't disagree with you there. Now, I always sit here and tell you that I don't think Green Bay ever supported him the right way.
He's got a broken thumb. Give him a break.
Yeah, I know. You know, well, you know, even with that, the thumb thing wasn't an issue when we were throwing lasers and bombs against the Cowboys, but then the week after when we missed targets against the Tennessee Titans, all of a sudden the thumb is an issue. And you know me, I just call it like I see it. I just don't always love stuff like that.
Here's how well we know each other. I knew that's what you were going to say. That's why I said he's got a broken thumb. And that almost falls in the category of the Patrick Peterson, Brian McFadden thing, because that was a comment Chris initially workshopped but wasn't comfortable saying. He said it.
I didn't want to say it on Sunday Night Football last week.
Right.
Yeah.
You can say it here. You can say it here. Nobody's watching or listening. But yeah, it's the truth. You can't play the I have a broken thumb card after looking like crap against the Titans when 4 days earlier you looked pretty damn good against the Dallas Cowboys with the same damn injury. Let's go ahead and take a break. Combination of feats of strength and great catches from Week 12 when PFT Live continues right after this. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.